Hey Justinus, so from the looks of it, it just looks like the page won't line up correctly. Um, so what you can do, you can't use the actual Avada page builder in this, but you can still use Avada shortcodes, which is this button right here, kind of like the double, I don't know, diamond or whatever this thing is. So if you just click that there, you can still select all the things available from the page builder. Um, they'll just be put in as shortcodes. And the shortcodes is what the pages actually look like um, without like the visual UI of Avada Builder itself. But it'll still kind of give you all the stuff. So if you're having trouble just separating elements, the best thing is just use a separator. And once you select any of the shortcodes, it will pull up like this, which should be pretty familiar. Um, these numbers right here are really normally going to be the only things that you want to adjust. And this is how much space in pixels to give above it and below it. 40's 40's pretty big, but just for example, I'm just gonna go scroll down to the bottom and insert the short code as 40 on top, 40 on bottom, and you'll see that it inserted this right here. So just so I can show you, I'm not sure if you want the top one or not. Obviously, you can just copy and paste or do whatever you want with them. Um, so there's two of them now. There's one above this and one below that. So I'm going to update, and you're going to see it's going to be pretty far spread out. Right, those are huge gaps. So obviously that's too much. So instead of going through and redoing the button every single time, if you just look at this front code, um, I'm just going to change the 40s to 10. And you can change them anywhere from 1 to like 20,000. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's an infinite number, but that's, if 40 is too much, 20,000 is definitely going to be insane. So I'm just going to do 10 top, 10 bottom. And what it's doing that you can't see, I've used this in other pages before, it's a separator, is it's actually kind of creating a div along the line between the element that you tell it to. So right now, this text won't blend into that one, this won't bump into that. So it kind of creates an invisible line where anything above or below it can't merge into the stuff above it. Um, so I mean, right away that already looks better on top, and that gives it a little space on the bottom for this. But what you do is you manually insert the code for Vimo Player, which is fine. Um, to center the frame, you'd actually have to go in here and type center and then have an end center tag, which is just it's just the same tag. It's just center, but it has a front slash in front of the word, which is an end tag. And that will center the element, which again is fine. The problem is whenever you go to Visual Editor to change something and then you go back to text, it normally strips it out, which it didn't in this case. So you could do that. I also looked at the source code and got the idea off of it, which is what you need for the shortcode for Vimo Player through the theme. So I just click on the add a shortcode again. They actually have one for Vimo itself, and really all you have to do is put the video ID in. Again, it pretty much tells you um, what to do. So just enter that shortcode. And you still may have to center the element. Yeah. So I am going to keep that. But I am just going to add center tags to it. center. Oh, there we go. I had to erase the div that was the text align center. Um, so I don't know. I mean, again, you can always adjust the width and the height right here in the shortcode once it's in. I mean, it's oh, that's not bad. The screen made it look like it was going to be a pretty blurry photo, but that's not bad at all. So I don't know. Hopefully that makes sense to you. That's that's honestly how I would go about doing it. The other way to insert, you know, like just spaces into anything, um, they're called page breaks, and it would be uh, pretty much BR tags. It's just HTML page break that you'd manually insert. It takes like 2 or 3 of them, um, and then it would generate a space. But normally, yeah, and WordPress did it. Normally, WordPress will rip it out if you go between visual to text, which it did. So, um, yeah, hopefully that makes sense. And yeah, if you got any other questions,